In this video, we are going to talk about fertilizing in the summer.
Let's get out of the weeds. Thank you for coming back to yet another video. As you can see here, I got my little lawn care helper with me who wanted to help me do the video today. So in this video, I'm going to be trying to ease your mind a little bit about fertilizing your lawn in the summer. I know a lot of times people have a lot of fear with fertilizing in the summer because they see the high temperatures, they see the lawns are struggling, and they're worried about putting down fertilizer in fear of burning it out. And so today I'm going to show you how to avoid that happening to you so that you can feel confident going out buying fertilizer and putting it down on your lawn. So here I have a bag of fertilizer with me. So before I kind of get into what the techniques you want to look for in summer, I want to do a quick review over the fertilizers. You can see on any bag you're going to get a fertilizer, it's going to have three numbers. The first one's going to be nitrogen, then phosphorus, and then potassium is going to be your last number. If you look at this bag here, it's 22, 3, 11. Those numbers are associated with the percentages of each of those in this bag. So in this 50-pound bag, 22% of the bag is nitrogen, 3% of it is phosphorus, and 11% of it is potassium. The first thing I want you to pay attention to is if this first number is high, that doesn't necessarily mean you have a higher chance of burning out your lawn. I know a lot of times the natural fertilizers and stuff you can get, the first number might show 6 and then they all are listed as non-burning. But the first number doesn't necessarily associate with better chance of burning or not. It's all going to be dependent on what type of nitrogen it's putting down, whether it's going to be fast releasing or slow releasing. Now that's going to be key whenever you're picking a summer fertilizer. You want to have something that's slow release nitrogen, and I'll show you that here in a moment on the bag. The next thing you have is your phosphorus, so that's going to help with the root growth. Nitrogen helps with the top growth, making your lawn grow quicker, grow darker, thicker. The phosphorus is going to help for your root growth. And then lastly, the next important one, especially for any fertilizer in the summer, is your potassium. With this one, 11% in the bag. And so potassium is going to help your lawn overall health. It's going to help your lawn from the heat stress, help recover from disease, from insects. And so anytime your lawn's in a period or position of stress or has something going on with it that you're trying to recover from, getting a fertilizer that has potassium in it is going to be very important to help your lawn bounce back quickly. So you can see here as I get a little bit closer on the bag where it says total nitrogen, and you can see the 21.36% urea nitrogen, and then there's a little tiny asterisk that are beside it. Now this is where it gets important. So if you go down here, you can see the asterisk down there, 11% slowly available nitrogen from polymer sulfur coated urea. And so that 11% of the polymer sulfur coated urea is really important because that shows us that 50% of the nitrogen in the bag is a slow release. Now what that coated urea is doing is it's actually making this bag slow release by being a covering over top of the urea nitrogen. If the urea nitrogen is not coated, it is very water soluble by nature. So whenever you get rain or you water your lawn, this is going to break down very quickly and can overwhelm your lawn, especially in periods of heat stress and drought. And so anytime your lawn's under stress, if you hit it with something very fast release that isn't coated at all, that's when you can run into some issues in your lawn. Now what that coating's doing is that coating's going to just break down slowly over time. As you get rain and as you water your lawn, that coating's going to begin to kind of break down and slowly release that urea nitrogen into your lawn, making sure you get your results over a longer period of time as opposed to hitting the lawn all at once. Whenever you're talking about fertilizers, they are very heavy in salt. And so whenever you go and you put too much down on your lawn, or the nitrogen, everything's releasing too fast, all the salt in that is going to draw the moisture out of the grass and dry it up very, very quickly, and essentially just fry it because it's not having the adequate water and moisture inside there. It's pulling that all up. And so that's why using the proper rates, especially in the summer, is going to be critical to keeping it from burning. Now, if you're using a slow release fertilizer and using it at the proper rates, your lawn will be fine and you're not going to have to worry about burning it out. So you may be looking at this bag of fertilizer right here and thinking, this doesn't really look like a brand of fertilizer I know. It doesn't look like something you might be able to pick up at the big box store. And you're absolutely right. I got this from a lawn supply store, and you will be surprised to know that this bag only cost $43. And that is why I chose it for this, because I wanted to show you. A lot of times, if you look up turf supply stores in your area, many times you'll find them and they have really, really good prices that beat the big box stores for a lot of times getting a higher quality product. Now, it is nothing for me to easily pay $60, $70, $80 to fertilize my lawn, which is about 10,000 square feet. And so for me to get a bag for $43 is an absolute steal in comparison to what I typically pay. If you look them up and start to develop a relationship with them, you'll be able to buy products from them. They'll be able to give you recommendations. And a lot of times those guys are working directly with different landscape and turf pros. And so they are very helpful with any questions you have. If you're dealing with something in your lawn that you're not sure of or anything, they can be very, very helpful for any questions you have. And so it may be a good idea to, one, get really good products for a very affordable price, and two, start to have somebody local that you can ask questions to if you're dealing with something in your lawn. Lastly, all that's left to do is just to put the fertilizer down at its normal application rate, nothing too fancy, and then always try to make sure you're watering in your fertilizers, especially in the summer and the heat and all that. Put down fertilizer and water it in. Anything else you want to tell us about grass or fertilizers or mowing?
I know one thing.
What do you know?
That seeds are not seed heads are not good for the grass and weeds.
Why?
Because it makes even more weeds and stuff.
The seed heads from the weeds?
Yes.
You're right on. So you see, I taught my little girl well. She knows that we do not keep weeds growing in the lawn because the seed heads are going to spread and give us more weeds. Yeah. Right, buddy? All right, tell everybody bye.